One of Australia's favourite foods is this, the chicken. It's certainly one of mine. And one of my favourite ways of preparing the chicken is roasted lovingly with lemon and rosemary and served on a bed of rice, a pilaf made with pistachio nuts and currants. And so simple to make. The first thing I do is make up a marinade. I squeeze the juice of a lemon into a bowl, removing the pips if necessary. Add a couple of tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil, a little salt, and plenty of pepper, freshly ground black pepper. I also add the leaves from a sprig or two of fresh rosemary. Now, once mixed, I rub this into the cavity and over the outside of a free-range chicken. Finally, I pop a little more rosemary into the cavity and finish up with the lemon halves that have been squeezed. Then I put the chicken breast side down on a rack in a baking tray. Depending on size, it's in the oven for about an hour to an hour and a quarter on about 190 to 200 degrees C. And I turn it over about 10 minutes before it finishes cooking. To the pilaf next, I wash some long grain rice and drain. Then in a pan, I put a tablespoon of olive oil and just a teaspoon or so of butter, and then fry some finely chopped onion until just softened. It needn't turn brown. The rice is then added and allowed to brown very, very lightly with the onion. Now, once done, I turn down the heat and add stock. Spice next, a couple of cloves and just a pinch of powdered cinnamon. Not enough to allow people to say, oh, what a wonderful taste of cinnamon. It should be very, very subtle indeed. This is then stirred and covered and allowed to simmer for around 15 minutes. And no peeking. After 15 minutes or so, the heat is turned off and it rests for a further 5 or 10 minutes. Just before serving, I fluff it up with something thin, such as a chopstick or 2 chopsticks, and stir in some chopped pistachio nuts and some currants. Now, here's the chicken. It's been taken out of the oven, covered with aluminium foil and then a tea towel and allowed to rest for 10 or 15 minutes. Now to make a simple and cunning sauce, using some of the pan juices, not too much because there'll be quite a bit of fat there. I add some lemon juice, a little sugar, and some more chicken stock, quite a bit. This is then allowed to reduce over high heat until I have a very tasty syrup. It could be thickened with corn flour, but I prefer not to. This will be wonderfully tangy without being too sweet and be perfect with the chicken and the pilaf. To serve, a mountain of rice is put onto a warmed plate, topped with the chicken, the leg pieces, the wing with breast and the breast meat. Then I pour over a little of that lemon, sugar and pan juice reduction sauce. Fantastic. Degree of difficulty, well, low. Preparation time, 25 minutes hands-on, plus cooking time. Keepability, the chicken and the pilaf will keep for a day in the refrigerator and can be served cold or reheated. A final garnish of rosemary and the dish is complete. Lemon roasted chicken with rosemary on a pilaf base with pistachio nuts and currants. Absolute bliss. Perfect wine accompaniment, just about any white, but I like a Sauvignon Blanc, Australian, of course. From Consuming Passions, till next time, bon appetit.